Okay, here goes. Thank you, Rupa. Yeah, I had forgotten. Okay, so welcome. So first thing we are going to do is introduce your friend. Okay, so for this, we are going to have a lot of breakout room sessions where you're going to have to work in groups with other teachers. So to get a hang of it and also to introduce yourselves and for me also to get familiar with you all, I have created a small little game where I'll be putting you in pairs in a group. Okay, so when I click this room and I'll say assign so many participants to a particular room, so what happens is you will be put into different groups. There will be a box which will come on your screen which will say join particular room. You just have to click on that and you will go to that room. Okay, there'll be one more person. Oh, everybody has to click, so two people will be in each room. And there, what you have to do is you have to quickly talk about yourselves. Okay, so if suppose there is Meera and Kanti in one room, so they have to talk about themselves. They have to say, they have to introduce themselves to the other teacher. And once we close the room and you come back to the main room, the trick is Meera will introduce Kanti and Kanti will introduce Meera. So you have to be a good listener and you have to listen and you have to remember what your partner said and come back to the main room. Okay, is it clear? Any questions here?
None whatsoever.
Okay.
No,
no, okay. I'm just going to create, give me, we are 12 participants, right? So I need 6 rooms. Okay, 6 rooms.
No,
so, pardon?
No, Pragya or Prayaga.
yeah, she just left the room.
Okay.
Oh.
So Annie and okay, and then room 2. Then I have, who is AASHA Infinite? Who has joined as AASHA Infinite?
Surekha.
Surekha. Okay, great. So I have assigned. So I can assign, right?
Yeah,
There is a person. Yeah. Okay. No, not this one. Okay. And room 4, Poonam Iyer and Rupa Matam. And room 5. So basically there are only 5 rooms. Okay.
Yeah.
So when I open all the rooms, you'll all get a message on your room, join room so and so. Please click on join, so that this gives you a prelude to what we are going to do later and it'll be easy for you to go ahead. If any problem, I'm always there. You can call me. I will visit all the rooms to check if you all are okay. Okay, fine, great. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's start. Yep.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi. I'm Poonam Iyer.
Okay.
I've been with the Meera Infinite Foundation for this founder. It's with her. I was there for last 6.5 years. We were together. First, we were teaching in garden. We started with garden. Then we started with
Bombay. In Bombay, you mean?
Bombay, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Bombay.
From that time, you know her. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, we were in Shanghai. Before that, I was connected with Home Sweet Home charity. And now we came to Mumbai, then started with this in 2015. Okay. And I've been here for 6.5 years. And we started with garden. We started with library. Then we started with school. Then 2 schools, Vivekanand teaching teachers. Then we started now online courses. Yeah. This is I have been teaching to students. Means with AASHA, I have done a lot of things, problem solvers, coordinator, assessment, done a lot of things here, doing it for funds and all. Everything means whatever Meera gives me, I am doing that. Actually. And I am from Mumbai. I did my BTech from UDCity and then MTech from UDCity only in perfumes and flavors. Worked for 3 years.
Okay.
Then left the job. I've got 3 children.
Okay.
Yeah. One is working in US. Second is doing her medicine. My son, he's in 12th. Hari Iyer. He is also associated with AASHA. And you can
Oh,
talk about yourself.
yeah. I joined AASHA one last year. Actually, no, 2020, August,
Okay.
I joined. I was referred to this foundation through my friend. She was helping AASHA, it seems, before, and then she said, "There, you now at that time, 2020, I was not working. I'm actually by education, I'm an engineer, but
Okay.
I started teaching after my kids went to started going to school full time. So I had time. So I was also looking to do something with my time. So I joined their school, and I'm teaching. And I taught in that school. Yeah.
All good. Okay, great.
Yes. Yes. Ma'am, 1 second. There's one more participant who was waiting, who joined late. Oh, she left.
Acha, in our group.
No, no. The one more participant, she joined the class late.
Sorry, Rupa, you were asking something?
Yeah, one participant joined late.
It's okay. I have put her in room 1. Don't worry.
Okay, okay.
I'll take care. Don't worry.
I didn't know how to do that, so I was
No,
just waiting what to
no
do.
issues.
Okay,
Thanks. Yeah, bye.
no problem. So I was working in Podar International in Bangalore for 3 years. During COVID time, I took a break, and that's when I got to hear about AASHA, and I started. Initially, first I taught a level 1 student. After 2 months or so, she went to her native. She didn't return. We waited for another month or so. Then I was given a spoken English student. Second PU student. I was teaching for that boy for 6 months, 4.5 months. Then the physical classes started last year, and then he also discontinued. He had college to attend. So a lot of preparation for his exam. So later, another months time I waited again. Then this from last 1 year or so. Now I'm teaching this level 2 student. She actually went to level 3 now from last month.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That is good.
Yeah, from December I'm teaching level 3 at. She's having a lot of fun. She's learning a lot of things, being very she's gaining that confidence to make her own sentences and all.
Okay.
So I have 2 kids. One is studying in 9th standard, and the second one is 7th standard. Son is 9th.
So you enjoy teaching?
Really, very much.
Good.
In the middle, I was having like 2 students to teach at a time, but some other situation came, so those 2 students also dropped off. But right now, only one currently I'm doing, and also I'm doing. I'm with the orientation team with Deepika.
Deepika, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we have to leave because they gave us the signal and I didn't press it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And,
I also didn't.
So how to do it?
I don't know.
She started writing very well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, let's come back. Has everybody come back? Are everybody here?
Yes.
Rooms still open? All the rooms are closed. Okay, any which way it will close on its own now. Okay, great. So let's start with whom I can see first on my screen. Okay, Surekha. Yeah.
Okay.
Your partner.
Yeah. So I had my friend in my room, Manasa. She's in AASHA for past 10 months. She's looking after Kannada and even I think assessment department and some administrative work she does for AASHA. She was with financial, I think banking sector as a business development. And she has 2 children. One is 5-year-old and one is 1 year old. I hope Manasa, I remembered everything.
Yes, one is 5th standard, other one is 1st standard.
Okay.
That is what is the thing.
So 5th and 1st. Okay, fine.
Good. So Manasa, your turn now.
Yes, one of my friend was Sureka, whom I met just now, and she is with AASHA from past 8 years, and she has done her MBA, and she has 2 children. She is with all the departments in AASHA. Is it right?
Great. Yes.
Is it right, Sureka?
Yes, yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So next on my list is Puja. Puja Acharya.
Okay, it was really wonderful to have a partner as Dr. Meera, and she has been into field of education since a very, very long time. She was born in Mumbai, and then she went to Bangalore, and then for a few years she went to Mangalore, and again now she shifted back to Bangalore. And since last August, she has been volunteering with AASHA. She has been principal. She was a principal with 2 colleges and into field of education for a very, very long time. And she has a daughter and a granddaughter of my son's age. It was more of a personal conversation than on a professional front or what we have been doing into AASHA. She is teaching a student from level 4. Yes. So this is what I remember. I hope.
Superb.
Yes,
Superb.
yes.
This is the platform where you also get to meet each other, because I think as volunteers you don't get to meet each other and get to know about each other. So this is a nice place to interact and find more about each other. That's fantastic. Meera ma'am.
Yeah, so it was wonderful meeting Pooja, who I met for the first time in this chat room. And she actually has done a course in social service, and she was working with from the Tata Institute of Social Sciences. And then she was working, but then when she had her first child and then her second child, she kind of gave up, took a break. And then, of course, the pandemic struck us, and so she found it difficult to get back to work. And then she started volunteering with various organizations. And she also got to know about AASHA, and she joined AASHA as a volunteer. She has 2 children. Her older one is 15-year-old, her son, who, when I told her, yes, he's as old as my grandchild. So you must be as old as my daughter. And I must be as old as your mother. And her second child is 8 years old. So this is what, and I don't know, when we were chatting, suddenly her screen went off. So I don't know what happened. So this is, I think I have summarized, Puja.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And both of us are from Mumbai. So that's another common thing.
Superb.
So yeah, she's from Mulund and I'm from Khar. So
yeah, and I am from Jogeshwari. I like Sri Lanka.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Meera.
Okay, so I was with Sarayu. She's 14 years old. She's studying in AASHA International School. And I didn't allow her to talk much. I started asking a lot of questions. So she's been an excellent teacher and a volunteer. So I was telling her, how do I get in touch with her school and get more such students, maybe her friends and classmates, etc. Nice to see such youngsters come forward. You see youngsters on mobiles and screens and wasting time and all. It's very rare to see such students who are focused and dedicated to do other things also for social work. And she seems to be enjoying her work here in AASHA. That's nice.
Wonderful. That's so wonderful. Sarayu, it's your turn to talk about Meera now.
And we would all love to see your sweet face.
Yeah, I think she's having some network
I love
issues.
your hair, man. You have beautiful hair, Sarayu.
Thank you.
I think, yeah, there she is.
That's something I always used to appreciate every time you came on the line for any of the workshops.
Sarayu, you have to speak about Meera now. Yeah, there she is. Sarayu? You have to speak about, you have to introduce Meera ma'am to us.
What happened?
No. We can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead. Saryu, we can hear you. I think she's having some network issues. We'll come back to Saryu again. Saryu, are you okay, or shall we come back to you? I think we should. She's still struggling with something. Rupa. Rupa, you're on mute. Rupa, you're on mute.
Okay. I got a chance to meet Miss Poonam ma'am in the chat room. And I was very, very impressed, amazed to hear that, she knows me, Meera ma'am, our CEO, Meera Raman, from a long, long time. That even before when they started that, teaching in the garden, when Meera ma'am started teaching the kids from the slum area in the garden, from that time she knows her. Actually, she said they know each other even in Shanghai. And then after that, when they came back to India, and then they continued their friendship. And she's been having, the connection with Meera and then AASHA Foundation from the time it was started. So she's been doing a lot of things, helping the content to put together, and also the execution, and going and meeting people, and fundraising for the organization, and all these activities she's involved, she said. And she's been married for I don't know how long, but she said she has 3 kids. One son is already in US. And the younger one, the youngest son, she said, Hari Iyer, is also in the organization as working as volunteer and teaching. And she said she loves teaching. And that's
Superb.
all I remember.
Wonderful. Poonam, your turn now. And let's be a little quick so we go ahead with our thing. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Hi. Thanks, Rupa. Yeah, nice. Very happy to have a friend in the room. Very nice talking to you also. Yeah, one thing I just wanted to say, that she's a teacher, Rupa, very good. She's teaching in Podar International School in Bangalore. And she has she got 3 students actually. Level 1 first she got, then could not continue. Then she got 1 student for spoken English. Then that also she couldn't continue. But then now she has for 1.5 years, she has one level 2 student, and she's doing very good. And she's the student has improved a lot. And one thing, Rupa, I know Meera from Mumbai. In Shanghai, we were there, and there I used to work for different
organization. Not Meera. Okay.
Not
this
Meera.
one. Okay. Not with Meera. Okay.
Very nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Rupa. Yeah. Nice.
Wonderful. I think next is Annie. I think, ma'am, you have to,
I'm Annie George, and it was wonderful coming to know Kanti ma'am and Kavita ma'am. Actually, Kavita ma'am joined late.
Yeah.
And Kanti ma'am has been there right from the beginning of AASHA while they were at Mumbai. They started off at Mumbai, and they had a lot of struggle to come to the present level at Bangalore, preparing curriculum and content and all that. But with their hard work and full support of the team, they have reached the present level.
Awesome. So thank you, Annie ma'am. And Kanti, would you like to go ahead? And I'll come to Kavita later. Kanti, you're on mute.
Yeah. So I've come to know that Annie George is a retired teacher in Kerala, and she loves teaching, and she loves continuing to teach because it makes her learn. Every time she teaches, she learns. And that's what she says, it keeps her mind active and busy. and makes her feel very nice, in touch with all what she has learned before. And learning to teach on the phone was a new experience, but she says she still likes, she still enjoys. Because it's just teaching in a different media. Through a different media.
So Kanti, I think you also have to introduce Kavita because
yes, I'll do that. So Kavita ma'am is a retired nutritionist and a dietitian. So she said she was used to teaching only doctors and nurses all over the world. So she's taught people in Chile, Vietnam, everywhere. And she says it was so different to teach somebody on the phone, non-English speaking. And she says more often than not, I am actually doubt if that guy even understands what I'm trying to tell.
Yeah.
But she says she's just learning and she's enjoying the fact that she's able to do something. And of course, she says, she's learning that, if you give him that guy a homework, her student, and that guy never does even the regular thing, so that he skips the whole thing altogether.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I think homework does that sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So welcome, Kavita. I think, Kavita, ma'am, you'll have time to speak. Now let's go ahead because we have a lot more to do. So welcome all of you all, and let us see how we go. So what we are going to do today is basically understand, why we do what we are doing and how we can do it. I know you all are doing wonderful work, and how we can make it and enhance that work and make it a little more, take it a step forward. That is what is the purpose of this whole workshop. Okay, so I would like to just bring about the objectives of this workshop. What I have put across is that to bring about awareness about learning objectives, why we do the workshop, exchange and develop ideas and creating lesson plans, importance of learning outcomes. We will go to all these things later, but I have a quick activity for you all where you will have to go and fill up one form which I have left here. I will just paste it here and I am enter. Yeah. Okay. There is this Google document form and you click on that. It will take you to a Google document. And there are three columns. One says know what you know and what you want to know and what you learned. Now I spoke about three things. I said there are learning objectives, there are lesson plans and learning outcomes. Okay, so you need to write what you know about these things and what you want to know. What you learned, we will be doing at the end of the session. Okay, so right now you just need to do what you know and what you want to know. Is it clear? Any questions? Is it clear? So
yes,
are you able to access the document? You just have to click on the link.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so you just type your,
Yes, we can see.
in one block, type your name and just start writing. And the next person can go to the next available block and type. Yeah. Yes. So whatever is your idea, whatever you know about that topic, whatever you want to know, you can just type.
Where you have sent, Hema?
It's in the chat box, Poonam. Just look at the chat box. There is a link. Did you get the chat box? Did you go to chat?
Wait 1 minute. Let me check. Chat box. Okay. Yeah.
You got the link? Yeah. Click on the link. It will take you to that document.
Yeah.
Just take 5 minutes to fill this up and then we'll come back. Has everybody else also bought? Yeah, okay. I can see.
Give me just a minute. I'll start filling the document in.
Yeah. Manasa, are you able to get it?
Actually,
excuse me.
I am able to open the link, but I'm not able to write it on it.
Yeah, even I'm not able to write.
Were you able to click under the name? Just go and click under the name, one of the empty boxes.
Yes, doing it, but not able to. Let me try.
Try. Just take your cursor over there and click on it, because I've shared it with everybody. So it should
But
be able
no,
to.
but I'm not. I'm on my mobile.
That is because of that. Okay, then while you do one thing, if you can see the document, just take a paper and write down what your objectives, what is you know and what you want to know. Okay.
All right then. Yes, sure, definitely.
Yeah. Because on the mobile, it may be a little difficult to type in. Yeah.
No, it is asking for an app to do that. That is why.
Yeah. So no problem. Please write it in a paper and we can do that.
Ma'am, I'm also on a mobile, so I'm not able to write it.
Yeah, please, whoever is on a mobile.
What exactly do we need to write?
So what do you know about this word learning outcome objectives? What do you know about lesson plans? What do you know about learning outcomes? Okay, whatever is in your mind, whatever you know about it, and what do you want to learn about? If that is your thought about learning objectives, and what do you want to learn about it? You know, if you really don't have any idea about it, then you say you don't have idea, and you can say that how I will want to learn about it. Okay. So if you don't know, you can just say, I don't know much. And in I want to learn, you can say, I would want to know more about this. Simple thing. It's not a test. It is not a thing. It is just to understand, you know, where we all stand and how we can take it forward. Meera ma'am, are you there on the document? People who are not able to access the document can write it in a piece of paper. Meera ma'am, it's not for you actually.
Hema, I am not doing it, okay?
Yeah. Don't. You know all these things. Poonam, are you able to type?
No, I'm not able to type, so because I'm on phone, so I'm writing.
Yeah, right. Okay. If you're on the phone, just write.
Yeah.
Ma'am, for the what I learned section, we should fill that thing after the session.
After the workshop. The last thing that we will do is that.
Okay, ma'am.
So you will know the progress. So this is something that we always do for any learning activity. We really start with this, that what I know about this topic and what I want to know and what I have learned. So this is the learning progression, that how we have progressed with your particular learning activity.
Done, ma'am.
Done? Great. Okay. Shall we go ahead? Just let me know once everybody is done. Just raise your hand so that, or, just let me know that you've done so that we can go ahead.
Done.
Great. Yeah. Okay, I think most of us are done here. So let's get back. So, yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm trying to log in through my laptop. If you will approve me to join it from my laptop.
Sure. It's better if you have an access to a laptop, it is better to join in with a laptop. Please do. I will allow you to enter again. Yeah. Rupa, otherwise Rupa will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. So what is this level, what is your learning objective? So anything when you go to teach, if you have to teach somebody, if you want to learn something, so why do you learn something that you are learning, or why do you teach something you're teaching? So what is the purpose of this whole exercise is what basically learning objective is. Okay, so anything when you learn or when you teach, the first thing that you do is you come across the questions that you have to look at. Basically, like Meera ma'am always says, this 5 wives and 1 husband. The story about the 5 wives and the husband is basically on Kavita ma'am's entry. Yeah. So why, when, who, where, what. So if you look at this, why, when, who, where, what, it will answer a lot of your questions about why you want to teach something, where you want to teach it, who you want, first before where, who you want to teach it, and what are you going to teach, then will come when are you going to teach and where are you going to teach. Okay, so these are the basic construct where you are going to think about. So now when you're looking at our program, AASHA program, when you talk about this reading program, so the first question that will arise is, why am I teaching this reading program? Okay, I want to help them to read, but there is a different, deeper sense to it, that why you want to teach them to read. That is one thing. And what are you going to teach? So the content that has been given to you. So these kind of things, these are the main questions that you will answer before you even start teaching anything. So now objectives of this workshop, for what I am doing this workshop, we'll come back to that. When I thought about why am I teaching it? So I am teaching it because I want to bring about an awareness in the minds of the teacher about the learning objectives. That is the reason why learning objectives, lesson plans, and learning outcomes. So that is the reason why I am doing this workshop. And then where am I going to do it? On Zoom platform, because I can't meet you all. And who am I going to teach? All the teachers of level 1 are the people who I'm going to teach. And then when we fixed up a time, and then why, again, we'll go deeper into the why, to exchange and develop ideas on creating lesson plans, then understand the importance of learning outcomes. Now, when you look at all these questions, the why thing stands out on the topmost level, and after that comes what. So why and what are the most important things you have to think about for an objective of a workshop, objective of a lesson. Now, lesson plans will come under how you are going to teach it. Okay, how we are going to execute it. Then, of course, where, when, and who are the things that it will be, those are more logistical. And who is also a very important thing before you go into the thing about individual student. Who are you teaching? What is the kind of community that you are reaching out to? Where do they come from? What is the main problem that they are facing? Why are we teaching this to them? So that is something that is very important for us to understand who we are teaching also. So these are the things that we have to keep in mind. Now, after doing this, now let us understand first, before we go ahead, I would like you all to tell me, keeping these 5 questions in mind, I want you all to tell me what are the objectives of this whole program. So let's quickly discuss, what do you think is the objective of this, main objective of this program? Anybody can give their point of view.
To teach, to make underprivileged child more fluent in English, so it improves his lifestyle, it helps him grow further in life.
Yeah,
in his career or something.
Great.
Indication.
I would request everybody to switch on your cameras if possible, because I would like to see you all when I speak to you all, please. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Better communication.
Very good. Yeah, better communication. Yeah, great.
Read the words and understand.
Read and understand.
Yeah, because they generally do rote learning.
Yes.
So
and it helps them to understand all of their subjects, because when they are going from primary school, primary classes to their middle class classes and then higher level classes, they need to understand the actual topic, whatever is being taught. Especially all those things are now in English medium. They're all going to English medium schools, and all the subjects will be taught in English. If they cannot comprehend what they're reading, it will be very, very difficult. They cannot keep on doing the rote learning, as ma'am was telling. For higher grades, it will not be possible. They need to come up with their own sentences to write the answers. From the primary classes, if they start learning the meanings, how to frame sentences, how to understand a passage, and how to write a paragraph, or how to write a story or understand a story in a better way, it will be very much easier for them for their middle schools and high school learning. So I think they will become more and more confident in scoring more good grades in higher level. So
correct. So thank you, Rupa. You have summarized the whole, why we do this for all the levels together, the whole program, right? So this is the general objective. Kanti, would you like to add something? Meera, would you like to add something to this as the objective? Anything that has been left out for the objective of the program?
No, basically we are not, earlier we were focused only on children. Now that we realize it's not the children only who need it. So we are open to anybody who wants to know.
Okay. So the objective is basically teach anybody who is wanting to learn how to read, basically. So, yes. And there is another, right now we are concentrating only on the reading program, and we're not looking at the spoken program here, or nor the Kannada program, right? So we are looking at the reading program. So when you're looking at the reading program, one of the most important objective is that we help people, whether it be a child, whether it be an adult, to read and understand, comprehend what they are reading, so that it helps them in their day-to-day life. Maybe for a student, it can be their schoolwork. For an adult, of a college-going student, maybe their college content, and for an adult, maybe in their workplace. So these are the areas that we are looking at, and this is the objective. So this is the why of our teaching and who we are teaching. These two are the most important things that we have to look at when you're looking at level objectives of what we have to plan. Now, I would like to quickly put you all into the rooms again and ask you all to do a level objective. This is only a 2-minute exercise where you have to think about for level 1. Level 1, remember the children or the students are very, very raw. They are not English speaking students. They are basic. They're just learning to put the words together and barely managing to read. And most of them are, the age does not matter. Who are we teaching? We don't know the age. Age can be different. But the level at which they have come in is the basic level of English. Okay, so that is what we have to keep in mind when we are looking at the objectives. So I'll just give you all 2 minutes to quickly, put yourself together and think about what are the objectives that you would look for level 1. So if you can just quickly write down, and then we can just take a random thing and we'll finish that, the talk of that. Okay, I'm just going to put you all into rooms. So I'll have to recreate. Yes. So I'm going to open all the rooms. Now again, it will change. All the people will change. So there will be, I don't want 6. No, I need more rooms. Okay.
No, I think Hema, you need 6 because 2 of each, and you're not anyway going to be here this time.
Yeah. No, I'll because what it is doing, it's assigning everybody to. Okay, I'll just assign rooms on my own.
Can we just discuss it here without going to the breakout rooms?
You want to do a level 1 here? Okay, I just thought that because objective, it's better to get a perspective of individual thoughts. So fine, if you're okay with that, we can do that. But yeah, fine, you can do it here. I don't mind. In the meanwhile, I'll just keep it ready for the next one. So y'all can tell me what would be the level 1 objectives.
I think the basic reading, I would say reading even a little of the, okay, so I'm looking at it from the phonics because right now my mind is all on the phonics.
So yeah, that is the most, see, that's the most important framework. What you have to think is, who are we teaching and what? So Meera, what happens here, you know, when we do it like this, there'll be only few people answering, but I would like everybody here to take a point and answer. Yes, Meera ma'am. Yeah, Kanti, please continue. I will come to Meera ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say they should be able to read most of the alternate sounds when I'm looking at the phonics point of view. Like, you know, the hop-alongs, the Y as EE, the, I mean, all the hop-alongs, and maybe if, able to recognize a few adjectives, few verbs, adverbs. Not adverbs. I don't think adverbs will come, but
adverbs comes much later in the level
adverbs,
1. It comes.
Level 1
it comes
doesn't
to the,
yeah, in the first part.
Towards the end. Can I just add something there?
Yes, Meera ma'am.
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah. See, first and foremost, in any language, there are 4 skills. The first one being listening, second is speaking, third is reading, and last is writing. Our program is focusing on reading. But the very fact that when you read, you will also be able to speak better, listen better. So I think that should also be, that's an objective, that when you learn to read, you will be able to listen better, you will be able to speak better.
Exactly. Ma'am, that's the one of the things that I wanted to come up, you know, with from the teachers, is that we have the most important skills are the listening, the LSRW skills, which we call listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So the first skill that we learn as a child is listening. Any language you learn by listening first, and then it goes imitation of sound. So you listen and then you speak. So that is why it comes in that order: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So the first thing that you do is listen, then you speak, then you read, and then the last skill, the highest skill in the order is writing. Okay, writing is not a skill that needs to be done. A lot of people can manage with spoken skills of a language. They need not know writing, but even then they can manage quite well. So these 3 skills are the most important skills that we need to teach the children. So for this, when you're doing reading itself, what happens when the child listens to you and repeats back? That is a listening skill and the reading skill that you are connecting. And while you're checking out if the child is understanding, the speaking skill also develops. So that is the reason why reading skill, this reading program is also helping them to speak. And speaking comes because of confidence. The more they know to read, the more vocabulary they collect, more they understand what they are reading, only then they will be able to speak. Otherwise, the speaking will not come, because speaking is very connected to your confidence about the language. I will not speak that language unless and until I'm confident about what I'm speaking. I don't want to be laughed at. So nobody will speak, even if they understand, they will not speak till that time they are confident. So basically, because the people who come to us already have a feeling that I don't know English, I can't speak, and they come with that kind of a background. So there, it is better to teach them reading and get their confidence up and see that they understand, then get them to speak back to you while you are doing it and get them. So writing over there is not a very good idea, especially at this level, because the moment you put them to write, they will struggle with their spellings, they will struggle with their alphabets, they will struggle with the words, they will struggle with sentence formation, all that, and it will really create a lot of tension and stress in their mind. Yeah. Kanti.
So what happens is, writing is done, but not as a skill wherein it is, where they have to use their intelligence and their language skills. Writing is done to copy the lessons. So writing is just an underlying skill which we're using for helping them copy the lessons, for them to get to see what they hear. So this is the fourth skill. I mean,
the fourth skill of the sight word. The thing is like, relating the word to the visual.
Yes. Yeah. So that is
visual presentation of the word.
Yeah. Visual presentation of the word. So you're connecting your the material to your sight as well. The now that great multi-sensory approach to everything. So this is
sweet. Annie ma'am, please have water. Please, this is like a classroom.
And the most important thing is, I think we have to emphasize that language is a skill. It is not a cognitive subject where you know or learn. So you have to practice.
Exactly.
That's the only way. So the more you practice reading, the better you will be. The more fluent you will become. The more words you'll know. Your vocabulary will increase and your confidence will increase. Everything.
So putting all this in a nutshell, what will be the level 1 objective? The level 1 objective, can somebody just put it in sentences for me? Level 1, what are the objectives? Yeah. What could be the objective?
Just
2-3 points.
One more thing I have noticed. Many children, especially level 1, I have taught first that girl was I think 5th grade. First student that I got was level 1, and many of the things, some simple words also she was able to read, but the pronunciation was wrong. What has happened to many of these kids till 5th, 6th grade? What they have heard, the way they may have be, the teacher may be reading it in a wrong way. So they read it in a wrong way. The pronunciation is not right. They may be saying that word, but the pronunciation is not up to the mark. So they also need a lot of help in pronunciation. Even the many of the sight words, they are not able to pronounce properly. So they may have crossed 30-35 lessons in the level 1. Still, many of the same mistakes they are repeating. So we need one more objective. I mean, this may be one of the objectives. I think is the sight words that they come across
very good
and again in these lessons. I used to make my student even write off, in, on, and on. Many times that student was reading as no. They are like so confused. On and no, that girl used to get confused. Some simple words also, even 4th, 5th grade level, I think they are getting confused. Sight words, I used to make her write again and again, even as a dictation or even or making the sentences. So framing sentences are another thing. Just using 4 or 5 words, that 5th grade student didn't know how to make sentence properly.
So
I
think when we put it all together, say one is the basic thing is that making what of the objective is to getting the student to read the content that is presented to them, getting them to understand what they have read, seeing that the pronunciation is right, helping them with pronouncing the words properly. And is there anything else that we need to add in the level objective? I think these are the main objectives that we will have. Read, understand, and pronounce properly. And speak. Pronunciation talks about speaking. So, yeah. So it connects. So we are not looking at writing. So that is done. So now what I'm going to do is we started a little late. So we're running a little late. So what we will do is I would like you all to take a lesson and see how well, because I know that you all have the constraint of taking the lesson over a phone call. It is not like interacting with a student and, talking one-on-one to a student. We have a lot of restraints. You cannot use visual clues. You cannot use, there are a lot of things that is a restraint. But I think you all have a connect on the WhatsApp with the children, right? Do you have a connect with the WhatsApp? So I also have a suggestion here. I don't know whether it will work, but this is something I observed and I thought, can you send the snapshot of the lesson to them on the WhatsApp instead of making them write? Will that work? Or is that something that will not work?
We send the lesson plan to them.
No, that's how it's done.
Yeah.
That's
The
how it's
lesson.
done.
No,
The lesson is sent as a picture.
Yeah.
And then they copy it.
Oh, then they copy it. Okay,
We have a link for each lesson. We send that link. There is a 4 pages and that they copy.
Okay, fine, great. So then that is fine. That is fine. So, okay, now the whole thing is that I'm going to put you all, see, I see that when there are 13 participants in this room and in the main room, but there are only few of them speaking. So I want everybody's thoughts and ideas in this whole process. So that is the reason why I'm going to give one lesson to each group. And I'm going to ask you all to prepare, put your minds together and think what all things can you do to get the child to read well, comprehend well, and the pronunciation, and how to make the lesson very interesting and happy for them. So these are things that you need to look at. So what are the things that you can add? See, instead of me telling you something, I want it to come from y'all, because y'all are the ones who are experiencing, you know the shortcomings, you know the problems that you will face. So I want you all have been working individually, trying to use your own resources and trying to get the children to interact with you all and communicate with you all. So now when you all put your minds together, you may get a few more ideas where you can try to make your lesson much more interesting. So is it okay if I put you all in groups and get you all to talk about it? Is it okay with everybody? Fine? Yeah, great. Awesome. So I'm just going to put you all into different rooms and recreate it. Okay, quickly I'm assigning, okay? Yeah, and yes. And then assign, my God. Very difficult. Because there are, Meera ma'am is there. Yeah. Meera, I have not put you in any room.
This time around, leave out the breakout rooms and let's have the discussion here only, na?
Meera, then nobody is discussing, ma. There are only 4 people discussing. The others.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Who else is there? How many are there in this room?
I think 6 are there.
Okay, but I see only 3 people.
4, I can see 4.
Okay.
Vaishali, Rupa, who else?
Sarah, your video is not on. Why, ma?
Ma'am, I'll turn it on.
Sarayu is there.
Yeah. Which level do you teach, Sarayu?
Ma'am, level 2.
Level 2. So you've been teaching from level 1 to that student? No, we can't hear you. You're on mute. Yeah.
Ma'am, I was telling my sister.
Okay.
1 minute.
Okay, ma'am. Now, what we have to talk?
Has the lesson been assigned?
No, not yet.
Which level do you teach, Vaishali?
I'm teaching level 1.
And Rupa?
Yes, ma'am.
Which level do you...
We have not been assigned. I thought she is going to give us lesson.
No. Which level do you normally teach?
Currently I'm teaching level 3. The student I taught level 2. She completed that and we are now level 3. We are 18th lesson I'm teaching. But the first student I taught was level 1. I taught about 15 lessons to that girl.
Okay.
Yeah. And level 1, after that only spoken English, and level 2 and level 3.
See, this breakout room will close in 38 seconds and no
Yes.
lesson has been assigned.
Okay.
Can I just talk
about it in the other room, the main room?
Okay, ma'am. Vaishali ma'am was telling something. Yeah.
No, I was just talking from what you start when you were saying. I was hearing you out. So with me, because in Bombay, what I'm seeing, because I'm teaching those Sneha Southern students, so what I'm seeing is they are not able to relate a lot with the English words because they don't understand only what exactly we are like for example,
scrolled up. So we were trying and the lesson got stuck over there. You couldn't see the lesson, you couldn't scroll it up. So anyway, what we will do is we'll do it here itself. So there is this lesson, Raja the King, level 1, chapter 4, lesson 4. So I want you all to think about how will you all work on this and give ideas. But I'm going to call out names now so that those people will give their viewpoints.
Correct.
People who have not yet spoken. So I would like people to think about it and everybody to think about this lesson. You know the objectives, you have to get them to read. So this lesson has got something to think about. So how will you introduce the lesson? How will you go about the lesson? And what is the, how will you make it a fun lesson? So I'm giving you 5 minutes to think about it.
ಅವ್ರು ಈಗಿನ 1 hour ಮುಂಚೆ ಮಜ್ಜಿಗೆ ಕುಡ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕುಮಾರ್.
Manasa, mute yourself.
Okay. Shall we go?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Fine. I'd like to call on Sarayu. Sarayu, would you like to give me some ideas of how we will do it? The youngest.
So, I would first ask her what she would do if she was Raja instead of wandering off into the dreamland. What else she could, or what she would do if she's getting bored when the class is going on.
Okay, that's a student's perspective. Nice. So let us all start thinking of this. So I want this to be an open discussion where everybody pitches in and tells about how is that the idea is a good idea. How would you think? Would you want to make it better? What ways can you? Because I don't want to lead this discussion. I want you all to be a participant of this discussion. So say Poonam, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'll be asking her, my student, all these things also. But main thing first, I'll just read that lesson and focus on the important points like listening, reading. This is a story about that school animal like elephant, his king, all those things I will discuss about all those things. And then ask them what you want to do. When you are in your classroom, what you do. Ask them a lot of questions about this story. and make it fun living. What you will do if you imagine a white, do you want to ride on elephant and all those things I'll discuss with that.
Okay. Okay. Vaishali.
Ma'am, with me, I'm from Bombay. So what happens is the students I am teaching, I first usually start telling them. I don't ever tell them that we are going to do a lesson. I always introduce it that as if it is a story which we are reading. We all are reading. So I always tell them the gist of the story. Now, sometimes what happens is they can't, since they are at level 1 and they have just come from level 0 to level 1, I have to explain it to them in their local language. That is maybe Hindi or, whichever. Then I always say, so can we start padhe abhi, padhna shuru kare? So if they say yes, and then they start. Then as earlier Sarayu or the other ma'am said, then I asked them about your school. So you people are in the classroom. So वहाँ पे कितने लोग सोते हैं? How many people sleep there? And then do you discuss all this in the classroom? Because it's a dream they are talking about Raja's dream. So do you do the same thing in the classroom, etc., etc.? But for me, I always feel that before I actually go into lesson means, then they feel as if they are, caught. Arey Baba, I have to again start doing the same thing which I am doing in school. So rather doing that, I always tell them that we are trying to learn a new story today, or rather we are going to read a new story today. So for them, then it becomes, then every classroom they keep asking, Didi, aaj kaun si story padhenge? So from lesson, when it becomes a story, then they become more interested in it. So it gets attracts their attention more. And then what I've seen is then they start understanding the words also a lot. So and usually I don't teach on mobile. I teach them on Zoom, because I have a group where they don't have any access to the mobile so much. So they are all given. I teach Sneha Southern orphanage students. So they are put on in a Zoom. They're put on a Zoom call. So what helps me in that is I can then sometimes when they don't understand certain words, I can always Google and show them the images of it.
Wonderful.
So
wonderful.
that also helps them a lot relating to the lesson which they are learning. Yes.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Great. So with all this, anything else anybody wants to add? Yeah.
One point. Everything flows the same. Reading, everything goes the same. One effort I have to put here is, my student is from Marathi medium. So I give him word to word pronunciation Marathi,
Hmm.
He doesn't even to say how. So I tell him to write how in Marathi.
Ma'am, can I interrupt? Even I have to do the same. They are all Hindi speaking. So I have to show them in Hindi how they have to write. As she said, how to write how, or how to write this and that, or whatever, whichever it is. I have to show them how how it is written in, and so that they can pronounce it properly.
Correct. Anything else? Any other new ideas anybody else is getting? Annie ma'am, yes? Yeah.
Ma'am, we can start by showing them a cutout of an elephant, so that they can view the image of an elephant and also get friendly to the animal instead of being scared of it. So many incidents that are happening. So some children, being small, they will be a bit tense and afraid of seeing big elephants.
Yeah,
so to remove this fear, we can start off by showing a cutout of an animal, and also add a picture of a person sitting on an elephant.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is, Rupa is already having a co-host, right? So I am going to put up a whiteboard up here, and each of you tell what are the plans, how are you going to take this lesson forward, and let's put it all together and see how to make this lesson a very interesting lesson. So you know the content of the lesson now, you have thought about it, and let us see how we can take this forward. Rupa, are you able to access the whiteboard?
Let me see.
You can take the text box and then put it here. There's a text box here.
Okay, let me see.
Or Kanti, are you adept with using the whiteboard?
Yeah. Know how to access it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'll have to make you the co-host for that, Kanti.
Yeah.
I'll make you the co-host. So I want everybody to write down what is this that you talk about, what you thought about, and put the pointers down here so that we have that these are the ways we can do the lesson plan. Kanti, you're a co-host. Can you?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
Okay.
Are you able to access the whiteboard?
No.
Achha, then you screen share. You screen share and access the whiteboard from your side.
Okay.
You'll be able to.
Yeah.
I was able to do that before. I don't know why. What happened?
It's okay, Rupa. I think, you have to share it. You have to share the screen. You'll not be able to do it otherwise.
Okay.
Kanti, are you able to screen share?
Yeah. I'm just trying to see. I'm looking at the advanced screen share options.
No, you just go to whiteboard and you can click on whiteboard and just write.
Yeah.
Actually, any of you can share the screen now.
It's taking a long time for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. So share the screen. Yeah. So now quickly, let's write down what are the points that we thought about for lesson plans.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything. Everybody else, Sarayu, you can put your point across and let's frame how we're going. So all the people who have already mentioned can do it, and anything new you want to add, you can add. So how will you go about this lesson? First, what are we going to do?
So first, I will talk about what the student would do if they were in the classroom.
Okay. And so next, who said something else? Poonam.
Annie ma'am said something.
Annie ma'am said, yeah. Okay.
And Sureka ma'am also.
So show cutout of the elephant. Okay, this show cutout of the elephant, people who are on Zoom and who are not on phone calls can go ahead with this kind of a thing. So can we also talk about some dreams that they have had? What are dreams, and do you dream kind of a thing, and then start? Do you daydream? Like Sarayu said, what about the students who do in the classroom? Like, do you daydream? So what the concept of dreaming and concept of daydreaming, would that be a good idea if anybody thinks that's a good idea to start?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yes, because we asked this question also to student. What do you mean by dream? Did you have any dream?
Correct.
So ask those questions. Correct.
Yeah, so it is taking the concept from known to the unknown, whatever you know. So the whole basic thing is that what you take the child from where, or the student from where they know something, to a place where they are, to an area where it is unknown to them. So take them from there. So discuss about
and even
dreams.
they can express themselves, whatever they know.
Yeah. So something that they know, if you start with that and then take them to the unknown, is a better thing. Right? So we'll take one more point. What was it? One more. Vaishali ma'am, you said something.
Yeah, I said that when we before starting the lesson, if you could just tell them the gist of the story that they're going to, the lesson which they're going to learn in the beginning,
summary.
and then start with the lesson so that they know I mean, what we are talking about, then it helps them in understanding the lesson better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, so this was an exercise I wanted you all to do in groups and come back
One more
with your
thing,
lesson
ma'am.
plans. Yeah, Rupa. Yeah.
Points to remember. Important points in the story. We have to write that.
One more thing I do is that picture which is there in the lesson, I ask my student to label the each what they understood, you know, like if it is elephant, right there, elephant.
Okay.
So,
Label the pictures.
So one more thing, when you spoke about the picture, the thought came that before even starting the lesson, can you ask a child that what they think about the picture without even reading? What is their idea about the picture? What do you think that the story is all about?
Yes,
I was doing
I
this.
do that.
I do that for level 2 student also. When I started this, this current student that I'm teaching, I started her with the level 2. I first what I used to do was I asked her, what do you see in the picture? What are all the items do you see? Because that girl initially was hesitating to even make one sentence. First 10 lessons or so, she wouldn't open her mouth and say anything. How was your day? Fine. Only one word answer. So I started making her open up and make one sentence. What is the thing you say in the picture? So it was level 2 student, but I think the same thing we can do even for
level 1. So it's building up a rapport also, right? It builds up a relationship, a communication, and you become much more closer, and you know, you're respecting the child's thought process, and then you're taking them on. So the building up that relationship is very important before we go ahead, especially when we are doing it on the phone, because you can't see each other. It's a voice call.
And before I forget, one more point, I think Surekha ma'am told, she was giving her the local language, how to pronounce that word, how to write. That one point, I think we need to put it on the whiteboard, otherwise we'll forget. Because many of the students, I think they need to learn how to read that word, even though many times we tell them, they will not know.
Why I didn't know that, ma'am, Hema ma'am, because my student again and again, they used to read for some so-me. For some so-me. So it's like, you know, we need to, because we did phonics, so he used to say so-me. So-me. He used to forget again and again. So I started with that local, you know, how to pronounce. And then I even start with the title. Because when I start with the title, he is connected with me, you know. He's not doing something different, you know, on the mobile, you know.
So
I felt that this at the phonics level is very important, especially to do it in the local also, because the words which we give them to learn, as like, you know, as we start introducing them to those alphabets, if they are, you know, connected in the local for reading purpose, like how you write it in the local, in the sense, A as in Marathi, how you write it, on Hindi, the lipi is the same. So you know how you write it. So it helps them, pronunciation becomes faster, and they catch the word fast. So to teach them the word becomes also easier for the teacher also.
Though they usually say, you know, bringing first language into the picture is not too good, but sometimes I think we just have to improvise and see what works, and the main purpose is to go and teach the child. So yeah, great. So did you all feel that you have got much more ideas about lesson plans, and you know how you will do your execute your lesson, because you are discussing with each other and you're getting more ideas as to maybe you're getting stuck somewhere. So how to take it forward from there, and not, you know, you can discuss with others and bring up these ideas. So I think Meera, they can also sometimes you know, talk about their issues in one of these events where they can come together and discuss what are the challenges that they face in each level. And then
actually Heem, I used to have it once a month, but attendance became so low, it wasn't really
so anyway, that's just a suggestion.
So one thing I do need to tell most of the volunteers who are not aware, we do have something called pronunciation dictionaries as a part of our resources, wherein some words from every level have been put in the local language script. to help the teacher and the student. Please do see, the thing is, in our wanting to help the teachers make their lives easy, we have amazing amount of resources. Please do access, please be aware it is there.
Yeah.
Just take a look at it. If you need more stuff, please do tell us, we will add to it.
And Kanti, I think when we have sessions like this, let them go through the resources. I think that is also something which we will have to coordinate, that they go through the resources and, we give them the lessons that we are going to work on, and they come with a plan and come back, come with an idea and come. So the discussion becomes much more interesting, and, each one picks up from each other. And that's the whole purpose of this.
Hema, what you said is great. I think we'll have one meeting only to introduce the resources.
Yes.
No, what I'm doing, Hema ma'am, now these days I'm training in phonics. So I'm doing one-to-one basis, and I ask volunteers to open resources. I go to each section, and then we go through, and then we go to the lesson plan. So they know that these things are available when they conduct their classes.
Okay, great. So I think that is something that we will have to do, and how to use those resources. What are the resources available? How to use it? Where you will use it? Meera ma'am, anything else?
Hema ma'am,
Yes.
I actually also take part in the orientation, that weekly orientation that Deepika ma'am does. So we have a video which shows step-by-step procedure, how to go to the resources, what are the parts available in the resources, how the reading mixing is there. Also, along with that, extra activities, things are there.
Yeah. So what happens is, once they start teaching, it'll have a deeper meaning to be introduced to the resources there.
Right. They need to be told again, because they will not remember everything.
They will know what is there actually. Okay. So I think kind of we have come to this, and I'll quickly run through with what are lesson outcomes. Kanti, if you can stop sharing the screen, I'll just quickly do the lesson outcome thing. So when we did the lesson objective to lesson plan is, first, why are we teaching this? What do we need to teach? How are we going to teach, and how we can make it interesting? So now, what are the learning outcomes after we teach the lesson? So what are we expecting the child to do is what is called a learning outcome. So if you don't have a learning outcomes and learning objective in place, then your lesson plans will go all over the place. So we have to be very clear, like after this discussion, you will have understood that what do we want them to do, that they should be able to read. A boy should be able to, after I teach this lesson, he should be able to read these many words. He should be able to pronounce these words properly. And why do we need to evaluate this? Why do we need to do this? To look at why they have learned, what they have learned. Why do we need to do it? A quick question. Do you think we need to evaluate that, what they have learned?
Yes.
Because that will tell us how far we have succeeded as a teacher, if we have reached our objective. So we need to check to learn what we have taught.
Exactly. So we need to keep revisiting what they have learned, so that we know that we are also on the right path, and we are also going towards progress. Like, we are also developing ourselves, and the child is developing themselves. So anyway, which is this, I'm not going to ask you all to write down the lesson objectives, lesson outcomes right now, because we are really running out of time. So I would just like you all to look at what did you write about know and want to learn, and what I learned. And just maybe write down in your own sheets. If you can go to the Google document and write it, is good. Otherwise, in your own sheet, write down what you learned, or you want to tell what you learned right now here. I think that is even more faster. Each one of you can tell what have you learned. What did you come in with, and what have you learned?
Sharing among the colleagues, sorry, I went first. Sharing among the colleagues gives you some idea how are different ways to approach it. Somebody said show pictures, somebody said tell the gist of the story.
Correct.
So that is, I think, was a good learning for me.
Yeah, okay, great, superb. Anybody else? Rupa?
Yes, the points shared by all the volunteers, it was really good. It is really helpful. That way we can make best out of the 40 minutes that we get to spend with a student. I like the idea that even some of it I'm also using Sureka ma'am showed, talk about the picture and also write down the items that the student can recognize from the picture first page. That is also good. And also what one more teachers said, we can show the cutout of pictures. That is a good idea that I think we can also use
incorporate.
It in yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Super.
you so much.
Poonam, thank you, Rupa. Poonam, you're on mute.
Unmute yourself, Poonam.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's very good to learn from others, our friends, because you know what to. Because I also got to learn that show them the picture and then discuss with them that picture and all. That's very good. Yeah, good. It's very helpful actually. Sharing, sharing. Yeah. You learn a lot of things.
Yes. Peer learning is the best way of learning.
Correct.
Sureka.
Yeah, I learned that I today I felt that I'm on the right direction more than that I'm doing right thing. Because don't interact about the lesson plan. We do have many meetings, but we don't come to the lesson plan and discuss. So we need to know that we are doing right thing.
Correct. So that's a good point to understand. Manasa.
Yes, the ideas were really helpful for me. As I'm teaching for level 0, it is quite interesting for me to learn from others to teach next level. As of now, for level 0, we have the pictures and the wordings, everything. But sometimes seeing at the picture only, they will tell in their own language. It is not, even though it is not in phonics or in English, whatever it is, seeing at the picture, they say in their own language.
Super. So that has helped you, like how we can take your lessons forward.
Exactly, that's true.
Fantastic.
That's true.
Fantastic. Sarayu.
I learned so many things which I could have in the previous sessions made way better for my student. And from now on, I guess we will have more interaction in the same duration.
Good. Oh, sorry, you also understood what is the perspective behind what you're doing, why you're doing what you're doing, all those things. I think a lot of thought process happened over there, right?
Yes.
That's wonderful, Sarayu. Thank you so much. Vaishali. Vaishali, you're on mute.
Sorry. What I felt is that if we could have more workshops like this, so that it becomes easier. I mean, when we discuss, we come to know a lot of more ideas how other teachers are also teaching. So in a way, it helps me. It will help me also to better myself, or to understand where, if I'm making any mistake, then how I have to rectify it. So that will help me a lot. So I'm looking forward for more workshops like this.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Meera ma'am, anything you would like to add to this, or anything that is being left out? You want to give your point of view? Is ma'am there?
She's there, but I think, I don't know. She's muted.
Yeah, she's muted. I think maybe she's not there in the screen. Okay, fine. Hello?
Yeah, I was having net problem because power went.
Yes, Annie ma'am. Ma'am, what would you like to say? What did you learn? What are your viewpoints on the whole exercise that we did today?
Yeah, it is something that we have to learn from. Something good is that we should start the lesson in the form of a story. First, we maintain a rapport with the student and then open up with a story. By showing them cutouts, something that they see will have a better effect on them.
Yeah, seeing is better. That's right. Thank you, Annie ma'am. So also one more thing, what came across right now is writing is not the most important thing. So we have to stick to more to reading, listening, and speaking. Writing is only functional. Like Kanti ma'am said, it is more for the sight thing, so that if they write, they will know that this is the word and this is how it is read and this is how it is pronounced. It is more for that purpose you have to get them to write, not for making sentences as of now.
Yeah, so this is where I just want to extrapolate on what Hema ma'am said. So when you say a word, you're using your mouth, you're listening to it. But when you write, you're using your hand as well as your eyes. And when you hear how it is pronounced, you're going to connect the word sound to the word what is written, as well as how you have to hear. So everything gets connected in your head.
Yeah, right.
So you're building connections when you're making them. When whatever we are doing lessons, we're just building connections.
Yeah. Right. Correct. So on that note, I think we will close today's session. Making connections. I think this was a lovely way to make connections to
One thing I have to say, Hema ma'am.
Yes, Rupa.
Thank you so much for this workshop, because I was feeling sometimes when I was feeling, okay, the student is not understanding what else to do. How can I make it more, make it more easier for the student to understand? Now I know that even other volunteers, other teachers are also having similar issues, similar situation, and then they're also coming up with their own ways of dealing with it and then making it more interactive. And thank you so much for all the teachers for sharing your ideas and views. Thank you, Hema ma'am. Thank you, Kanti ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for all of your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah. Meera ma'am, you didn't.
Thank you very much, Hema. Thank you. You've done a great job. Thank you so much for sharing all your, slides. Very well made PPT. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
As I always say, there is no age limit for learning.
Exactly.
Yes. So thank you so much.
So we learned today. I learned from all these people so much more. So that gives a good depth.
When different minds come together, there's a lot of synergy.
Yes.
So
looking forward for more sessions like this.
Yes. Thank you.
Hopefully.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. I'll stop recording now.
Yeah. We didn't take a photograph, Kanti.
No, we can take a screenshot.
Yeah, let me take.
Yeah, from the recording.
Yeah, we'll do that because it's very difficult.
Okay.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.